Randall Games here, playing a little bit of Elden Ring, and this is part 2 of our video here. So let's get started here. Yeah, so I assume that you guys all watched part 1 if you were loyal subscribers, but if you didn't, it's not hard to catch up. Essentially, most of this game just revolves around murder, and we kill these I don't know if they're so innocent, but we kill these creatures battle after battle, and we kind of trade sins here, and we get something called runes, which I displayed in the upper right corner. So runes kind of represent some of these monsters' livelihoods. The way I like to think about it, the runes in this game, it's kind of like Chuck E. Cheese, right? You go and you play the game, and the harder the game, the more tickets you get, and in the end, you just kind of get a bunch of like tickets, and you don't know what the hell to do with them. And that's kind of like these runes right here. But yeah, and you would have ascertained that if you would have watched my first video. It's kind of funny because I got a lot of views on that first video, but not quite as many donations. You know, I still owe a pretty good amount of money. I think this game on my credit card, it started at $60, and now I'm owing up to what, 63 bucks on it with the interest accruing. So just a little hint that if you forgot to donate for some reason, if you didn't feel so totally satisfied by the first video, definitely I'll aim to satisfy you for money here. And it doesn't have to be for money, but I just want to satisfy you. You're my friends. Anyways, so another thing to bring up about the first video is it was a good success right there. Gosh, you know, when I first week I released it, it got like I mean, shoot, it was in a couple days, it got like 100 views, and I was like, oh my god, this is a popular video, 100 views in a couple days. And I mean, to be honest with you, I liked it so much that I probably watched it like 80 or 90 times. But anyway, so it's good that my first video release was quite popular. Yeah, the only thing that's really changed ever since I paused the game to do the second video is right now I'm sitting in a chair, and it kind of is creaky. And I tell you what, it's a really nice chair, but it just seems like no matter what chair I try to sit in, it just kind of gets the Randall creaks. You kind of hear the sadness of the plywood, and you just kind of hear the grinding. And I swear to God, like what you guys would call like your car keys that you have to bring everywhere, your wallet, that's kind of like me in WD-40, right? I just feel like every seat I sit on is just a little bit like and yeah. So anyways, here is essentially what looks like a very poor job doing yard work, right? I mean, they try to make this thing look scary, but to be honest with you, it kind of reminds me more of like something that you'd encounter during yard work. And just because it's ugly doesn't mean it's tough. They try to make these hideous-looking, infectious, moldy, fungally creatures, and really we're just kind of harming sick people. We might as well call this game Doctor Simulator, because yeah, essentially, if you just bear with me and look at all of these nemesis, you'll start to see a pattern that they all look pretty sick, and we all don't seem to be taking care of them very much, and we're monetizing off of them. If that's not our hospital or U.S. healthcare system, I've been, you know, gosh, you should just see my monthly bill with all of the different medications, because here I am, you know, kind of looking like this guy over here, And I've got a little bit of extra, you know, pillow rolls. I kind of like to pride myself on the fact that I'm a good cuddler, because anybody who lays on me, I mean, if you imagine, you know, laying on that guy or getting laid on by that guy or just getting laid by that guy, it all looks pretty soft. And when I say soft, I am not saying I'm soft everywhere, but definitely in my belly. And let's be honest here, so I've got like 7 or 8 different medications just because I look like that guy, and some of them are injectable, which I stab right into the belly fat, the belly of the beast, as you may say. And yeah, if it wasn't for my job including some apt health insurance plans, well, you know, to be honest with you, I kind of admitted this shamefully in my last video, but I'll just say it again. The government kind of has me covered on a lot of that stuff, right? It would be a ton of money, but luckily, you know, even though you guys don't directly donate to my YouTube or Twitch channel, you probably donate to me when you pay your state taxes if you live in the same state I do. And let me tell you what, to be honest with you, if I was to tell you the state I'm living in right now, it's probably a state of depression and chronic hunger. That's a joke. We're getting all fired up. My chair's offended. It's going creaky, creaky. Soon enough, my mom's gonna come down the stairs and flabble, blabble, 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 blabble. It's nice taking care of my mom, though, you know. I kind of look out for her. So I previously had worked as, you know, a security expert, and I'm kind of a security expert at home for mom, as well as a technology expert. Trust me, there isn't a remote I can't get fixed or know how to work, because if I didn't have a remote in my life, things would be kind of boring and pretty grim. I use remotes a lot, and I've kind of become a specialist over time. But and in return, since I work that job with my mom, she kind of funds my my living situation, and the government, you know, funds my Ozempic. That's getting me to lose some weight, you know. Healthy life choices like de-stressing and... Okay, I don't know, oh man, that guy kind of looks like, my Uncle Tony a little bit. I haven't seen him in a while for obvious reasons. Very well. And here we are. He looks like a guy who, is in need of some serious antimicrobial, care, you know. He's probably got some kind of bug lurking around, and here we are just antagonizing him. No wonder he wants to... Oh. Okay. That sword, it looks fucking gross. And it's not metal, so it's not gonna hurt me. It's probably just gonna be gross. So, well, let's hope he doesn't go to your church. He's kind of a little bit naughty there. Together we'll devour the gods. My motto is together we'll devour the gobs. Like the gobs of cookie dough. Mama had to kind of... I don't know why I did this to you guys, but Mama kind of had to put a little bit of a lock on the cookie jar lately, because I kept kind of doing a David Blaine and getting a sleight of hand into the cookie jar, and here's this guy. This guy kind of feels like me when I'm not able to put my hand in the cookie jar, but I guess I need 2 hands to play games. And that's kind of a lie too, though, right? Because, so I'm over here killing this guy. I'm working my microphone, and I'm slurping down some root beer. So, I guess I only need 1 hand to play a game. But yeah, if this game, if this game was trying to go for shock value, I'd say it has less of a current than a potato. But yeah, so that was a decent fight for a warm-up. To be honest, I play this game because it was one of the hardest games that apparently recently came out. And then there was a huge delay in getting the video started because of some financial situations and just, kind of getting my creaky chair taped up. But yeah, so I play this game because it's hard, and then you guys watch it and you go, oh, Randall, it's so hard. And then you get hard watching Randall, and you don't donate. You don't pay Randall for his tricks. And so I guess I just hope this game starts getting a little more challenging soon, because I need some kind of incentive, But yeah, so my mama always gave me some like monetary pay for stuff too. But now she has to kind of run some of my paychecks from art, and art's kind of like her new what do you call it, love interest, I guess. And yeah, I swear to God, you try to like talk with chicks to do anything these days, and everyone's just like at my age, everyone's just a couple. They're all just couple teams, It's like me and my mama used to just hang out and eat bonbons and watch the TV, and now she has to run everything by art because we're a team. And then I try to hang out with this new neighbor of mine named Natasha. And Natasha, she always has to ask Brent if she can hang out with me, and they're always like, oh, well, Brent can hang out too. And I'm like, Natasha and I are just kind of friends, and I don't know this Brent guy, but yeah, everyone's got a couple team. And tell you the truth, I'm not a very picky guy. I wouldn't mind hanging out with some other counterpart. Okay, so I just killed 4 enemies, and he's spitting that hate talk at me.
What is thy business with these thrones?
What's thy business with these thrones? Probably Dookie.
Godric the Golden. The twin prodigies.
Huh.
And Melania.
Okay. I don't remember them introducing any of this into the story, to be honest with you. I skipped over some of the boring parts in my playthrough, but still.
Princess Rani. Willful traitors. All.
Willful traitors. Anyways.
Kind are all of a piece.
That's ironic. That guy's talking about being all of a piece, because he doesn't look very peaceful at all.
Emboldened by
you guys catch that wordplay right there. I'm pretty good at wordsmithing. Okay, this guy wants to come at me, bro. So let's go.
King Morgoth, last of all kings.
I don't think he's met any recent kings lately. It's like Anyways, so I've been getting a lot more runes in my donations, and a lot more runes in my gameplay, and to keep you guys engaged, I kind of have a surprise in this video, and I didn't know when I was going to tell this to you, but considering all I have to do is blast them with a couple lasers. So the good news is, runes in this game are almost like the pennies in this game, and well, I'm gonna actually donate that amount of runes in pennies to a cause. So welcome to Randall Games' first it's Randall Games' first donate or die campaign. So donate or die is a new idea I'm trying, and essentially we donate to a disease, and we either donate to that disease and, you know, help save people, or those people who don't get our donations die. And that's why, you know, Randall's Donate or Die gets people motivated. And I know you all are probably wondering what disease we're going to donate to. And, so today, I'm gonna, you know, let's donate to arthritis today. I know there's a lot of other jealous people out there with, like, you know, Lou Gehrig's disease, or I don't know, type 1 diabetes, or like me, type 2 diabetes, or pneumonia. But I think arthritis is a good thing to donate to. My grandma's got arthritis. It'd be nice to help her out because her knees are kind of cracky and creaky, and it's, to be annoying, or to be honest, it's annoying as hell. So anyways, yeah, we're not going to donate to any kind of cancers this week because no matter how much we fundraise in this video, I mean, if one chemotherapy treatment's like, you know, 30 grand, we're not gonna touch that with these donations. And that disease is kind of sad anyways, and I don't want to bring people down. So donate or die for arthritis this week. So if those runes amount to pennies right there, I am going to donate $996, because 996,000 pennies is like $996. So we're gonna all get together and donate. Tell your friends to get on the stream, and you guys donate to me, and I'll donate to arthritis. So Randall's Donate or Die. Randall's Donate, or people might die. I guess arthritis isn't really a deadly disease unless, you know, I don't know, to be honest, I don't really know much about arthritis other than it makes my grandma kind of cranky, and it kind of, you know, it's, last thing I need in my life is a cranky grandma. My grandma got really cranky last week because I worked as her security expert, and as well as her technology expert, and she kind of fired me because of her crankiness, and I don't really think it was warranted. You know, it's kind of like, this is me right here just dancing around like, hey, grandma, you know, no need to swing the broom at me, and no need, you know, I tried to mitigate the risks surrounded by her waving a broom at me, and I guess she got kind of frustrated with me because, you know, I kind of put a hole in one of the stairs because I was coming down the stairs and I kind of stepped in a step, and it kind of made a mess. And I also called her a bitch a couple times in the past too, which is it's nice to say your grandma, but it's a lot nicer than what she said to me. So it's giving me a chance to hang out with my mama more, and Art, even though Art's kind of to be honest, he's kind of just a little bit of a dick. I don't know why he needs to spend so much time with my mama all the time. Just kind of makes for a weird dynamic, you know. I'm trying to stream, and you know, he makes my mom laugh so hard that I can hear her like scream laughing upstairs in the bedroom, and I'm just like, Mom, I was streaming, goddammit. Like she'll seriously moan out laughing, and he'll laugh at his own jokes. You'll hear him, oh, 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 oh. Sorry, sorry. That wasn't related to my commentary at all. I was just reading a tweet from former Commander-in-Chief Trump, and it made me laugh. But anyways, anyways, we're just smashing up the you know, things around this church here, this old decrepit church, and now I don't know how exactly we got here. Yeah, I actually, speaking of a former commander-in-chief, I actually was the former commander, when I was doing my service. Just kidding, but sometimes when I'm not being, sometimes when I'm not hanging around with you guys who are my silent friends, I kind of try to tell people just so they'll respect me a little more that that I'm kind of like her, and I'm like she looks like she used to be in the military, right? She kind of looks like what would you call it, a deconditioned soldier, and sometimes I feel like that's kind of what my body type is like. I've got a lot of oomph, and you could almost. So I've told people before, like, hey, I was a lieutenant major in like the Navy, or I was like an assistant sergeant in the Marines, and people are like, oh, thanks for your service, Randall. And to be honest, I do serve people in a lot of ways. Kind of like this lady wants to serve me with her blossom right now. I thought I smushed this lady, but it looks like she just won't quit fighting here. So yeah. Oh man. So she looks like she's some naked chick with a fungal infection. Looks like you need to maybe take your diflucan, lady. There's definitely a yeast infection vibe I'm getting from her. Maybe it's a good thing I'm single, right, guys? She has a lot of malice in those eyes. Say what you want about me and my, bad luck in the dating pool, but at least I've never had a girl look at me like that before. That would scare the hell out of me. But anyways, yeah, so I've told people before, hey, I'm Randall, and I used to be a lieutenant major in the, Coast Guard. And people just kind of are, you almost hear, you almost hear nobody lie about that. And I almost wouldn't consider it a lie because I'm an informal leader in a lot of ways. But yeah, I could never convince people that I'm like, a current soldier or anything. But I kind of have that same body type where it's like, I kind of looks like a guy who was in the war, and then they got kind of like got the Achilles heel, or your got your plantar fasciitis acting up after stepping on a landmine or something. And next thing you know, you're like a really buff, beefy guy, but you're husky, and you got a little insulation around the muscles because you can't hit the boot camp anymore because you've been discharged and you fulfilled your service. So I gotta be honest, I have gone to a couple Veterans Days affairs dressed like a soldier in Goodwill costume. It's kind of a secret I'm sharing with you guys. I just, in a lot of ways, I'd like to think of myself as a deconditioned soldier, because here I am fighting wars against people. Look at this enemy I'm fighting. He's way bigger than me, and I have no fear. I have no fear that he's even gonna hurt me. So, yeah, anyways, yeah, the only time that plan goes wrong is when you run into to other people who have served, and they're like, oh, which quadrant were you in? And I'm always like, hey, J's 47, and they're like, oh, that doesn't make sense. What title were you? And I'll say, I was Lieutenant Major. And they're like, that's not a real title. So, yeah, I've gotten a lot of nasty letters. This one guy, he pushed me off of a parade float at Veterans Day after I told him I piloted an E-15 plane. Yeah, I've been kicked out of a couple parades, but I can identify how I want, and I identify as a soldier. Alright, so obviously I hurt his Achilles heel and his war injury, and he kind of looks like Oh, he looks like an injured soldier too. So anyways. Yeah, you would think a guy like him would be kicked out of the parade, you know? For making kind of special sounds. Kind of sounds like he's a little special needs with the... Oh! That's not how you cauterize that. I'm not in medicine, but I know that that's probably not right on how you cauterize something. You don't just rip off a limb and set it on fire. Yeah. And I think he sees us, guys. So here they are trying to make him look tough, and obviously you just gotta poke the eye. Could they make it more obvious on how to destroy this enemy here? Yeah, so if I'm being honest with you guys, I've never been to boot camp before, and I could have told you that to boost my donations that I've been to boot camp, but I'm honest with you guys, about everything. So, anyways, I've never been to boot camp. I have been to fat camp before. Not that I was ever fat, but I just didn't have any other camps in my, local vicinity. And my parents, they talked to me, we think you should go to camp, and I feel like, they didn't call it a fat camp. They're just like, you can learn about eating healthier and losing weight, and, I don't know, swimming with the leeches in an icky pond, and having some counselor always, keeping an eye on you when you slept at night. Just normal camp stuff. But anyways, so I liked camp, but if I had to run a fat camp, I would not body shame people. Like, here's this big guy again, and he is flourishing. Like, look at that. He flaunts it. He rolls around. It's like, you know what? I'm beefy and I like it. And yeah, I don't know when the mainstream populace decided that it was good to shame children for being fat. They always disguise it like, okay, we're going to teach you how to eat healthy, and then they're like, oh, well, here's, the amount of carbs in this hand, and here's what, fucking gerbils eat, and here's a leaf, and there's a green thing. I can tell when someone's fucking patronizing me. So if I had I'm sorry, I was laughing at something else. If I had a fat camp, I would honestly just embrace it. Like, I have all the kids come to camp, and I'd greet them with a big old food truck of Krispy Kreme donuts, and we'd have, I'd be like, well, you guys can't eat your donut without ice cream, and then we'd just talk about personal empowerment. Yeah, we would just essentially embrace, it's like we could sumo wrestle, and we could be fluffy little friends, and it's like, what's the harm in eating a bunch of donuts together? I don't know. I would be the coolest camp counselor. Yeah, I've honestly thought about how cool it would be to start up a fat camp for kids, but instead of shaming them, it's like, oh, welcome to camp. We'll teach you how to eat. If you don't already know how, here's a hot dog covered in chocolate sauce, and blah, 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 blah. Anyways, but to be honest, I've had a difficult time becoming involved with the community outreach. In particular, I have a very difficult time doing anything with children and becoming involved with the pediatric community. It's such an... So to be honest with you, I have had a difficult time becoming involved with the pediatric community. It's a very exclusive community. And I honestly feel like I can't get involved with the children because it's like, oh, well, you know, my kid this and my kid that. And I don't have any kids. It's not by choice. I just haven't, met anybody who wanted to be a kid's mom yet. It's like, but I still want to be involved with the children, and I learned a lot of fucking cool shit when I was a kid, and I'd be a fucking great guy around the kids too, It's like Jesus Christ, like fuck, I'd be great around kids. I'd be a goddamn good role model. I'd be well behaved as shit tits, and yeah, I don't know. Kind of sorry about all my naughty words. That'd be a lot of quarters in the quarter jar at fat camp. Except in our jar, it would be a donut jar. Everything would be made out of donuts, even the jar, and we could get on a canoe and eat licorice and shit. But yeah, I tried to volunteer at a couple pediatric events, and people would be like, oh, which one's your kid out there on the soccer field? And I'd be like, to be honest, I haven't met that lucky someone yet. And they thought I was talking about the kids. They're like, well, why do you want to meet your kids as a lucky someone? And I was like, no. No, I meant I haven't had a chance to meet a nice lady, and that's kind of why I'm excited about this game. If you saw the first part, there was a very pretty hooded lady. I couldn't get a full look at her face, but kind of the what do you call it? The preface behind it. It's a little bit titillating. I'm making this look like I'm cutting butter right now, like with how easy I'm just slaying one beast after another. But this is actually like, this enemy scares a lot of people, and I mean, to be honest, let's just think about it, right? There are a number of people who get paid like $20 an hour to push carts around at Walmart, right? And here I am, being a talent in the field of hand-eye coordination and dexterity, while putting on a theatrical performance and throwing a comedic grip in here. And I get variable pay that is voluntary. Like, it's just weird for me to think that some guy who's about to fall asleep and just sitting there at an empty UPS store or Kinko store is like making more money than I am right now. I mean, look at what I just did right there. Look at all these runes. But yes, I don't know how that relates to Fat Camp. I kind of forgot about how I was going to tie that together. But anyways, so I don't know what's going on right here. If I was me, I probably wouldn't touch that. Not because I'd be like scared. I'm pretty brave. It's just like kind of looks a little icky. That's the theme of this game. We're gonna show you icky stuff, and then it's gonna like flashing lights at you, and then what the hell was that, right? Anyways,
The rune of death is unbound.
I don't know if you have to be like an English major with a minor in archaeology to understand the storyline. I just, that guy's neck, he looks like he could see a chiropractor, probably. I have a hard time at the chiropractor because, so there's two chiropractors who work in the office, and usually when I come to the chiropractor, I kind of have to steal both of their time slots because they only have 2 beds. And let's be honest, one of those beds can only fit about, 0.5 Randalls. So usually I have to come around their lunch break, and I have a hard time making it. Usually I don't wake up before, most people's lunch times, and it makes it hard to get my neck worked on. Sometimes when I can't get into the chiropractor and get my neck worked on, I kind of just work on my neck myself. I sometimes have to stroke my own neck in order to get any sort of relief. Yeah. And to be honest, I would prefer it if other people rubbed my neck and not me. But if no one else is gonna do that before lunchtime, I usually have to rub my neck at least once a day. But yeah. Anyway, so donate or die. Donating to arthritis. So far we've gotten 2,330,000 runes. They're like 230. Wait a minute. Oh. Those are like pennies. If those are like pennies, I just promised to donate $23,000. I think I might have made a decimal error earlier. Let's just say, yeah, I don't mean to be stingy. It was really catchy thinking that like a penny for each rune would be like a good donation goal, but that's like $23,000, and unless you guys donate a lot more to me, I don't know if I'm just gonna say I'm gonna donate $2,330.10 to arthritis. That's what we'll do. I know it's kind of stingy to change donation goals, but like honestly, it was just a little bit of a decimal point error. Sometimes little decimal point errors can lead to big consequences, kind of like,
I am returned.
All right. So I don't know if you guys saw earlier, but I killed a giant snake that turned out to be a snake man. I don't know why this lion man thinks he's gonna scare me more than the snake does. Oh look, it's my pussy cat, and trust me, I know my way around a pussy, so I don't think he will be any problem at all, Oh man, to be honest, I'm just kind of mitigating risk here. I had to describe my job to you. It'd be taking people who go flabble blabble 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 flabble blabble flabble blabble, and this, like, by the time I'm done doing the job, they're just like flabble blabble 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 flabble. Kind of like my mama, Be like, hey, help me work the toaster. It's there's something wrong with the toaster. I think it had something to do with all the stuff you crammed into it. Maybe you need to clean it out. And I'm just like, Mama, I'll clean it out. And then Art goes, flabble blabble, flabble blabble blabble blabble. And then my mama goes, flabble blabble blabble blabble. And then I do my Randall stuff, and then they, I get stuff done, and then they're just like, blah 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 blah. Yeah, that's kind of like this game. This guy at first was like, and now, he's just kind of like tired, and he's murdering a lion. What the? Okay. That reminds me of the Lion King, but like if the poachers got Simba, right? If some African poachers choked out Simba. Anyways, there's lots of blood. Oh yeah, that's just great, But yeah. I guess what I was getting at earlier, though, is sometimes I feel like no matter what I do in life, it's 2020s. People just seem to have a problem with some shit, It's always something. It's always, look at him. Flabble blabble. You're not pitching your weight around here, and my toaster's messy, and why didn't you shovel the snow? Art fell down, and, your grandma doesn't want your letters anymore, and I don't know. Flabble blabble. It just feels like I have to always be the problem solver in the situation. They're like, Randall, this is a problem, and Randall, this is a problem, and I almost don't complain about anything, really. The only time I complain about something is, when I have to, when I have to credit myself a game to the bank. And so, like, I'm racing through this game, right? And I paid $60 for this game. And my last video was about an hour. And I bet this video will be about an hour. So I'm paying the game $30 an hour to play it. That's more than like Biden wants to give people. It's so generous, and it's just like, that's the only thing I flabble blabble about, I guess. It's kind of frustrating that, you can go be a sandwich artist in New Mexico and make $25 an hour, and here I am, being a performance artist, and I have to pay $30 an hour for my instrument. It's just kind of ridiculous. I'm not meaning to shame you all, but if you're still watching this video, like, I'll give you the exact keystrokes. Hit Alt-Tab, open up your web browser, and go to www.patreon.com/Randall Games Patreon.org, and just get in there and and just pick a number to donate. Really, you just can pick any number. Pick the credit card that has the most stuff left over, one that you haven't maxed out your limit on. Just put that card number in, and it's 16 digits, guys, come on. I've killed 16 enemies by now, and I'm going to donate anywhere between $2,646 and $26,461, depending on, if I actually keep my original promise that every rune's a penny and I'm going to donate to arthritis. But, I guess I'm just trying to tell you guys that, yeah, I shouldn't have to pay From Software or whoever makes this game. I shouldn't have to pay them $30 an hour to play their game. It's criminal robbery is what it is. Oh, there's my sad chair again. Oh man, I guess it's kind of funny. I didn't start doing this, and then I ate some biscuit tonight. And after I ate the biscuits and gravy, it started creaking. It's almost like it wanted some of the biscuits and gravy. Give me food. Bah, bah, bah. Nom 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 nom. And I'm drinking some root beer, which kind of helps clear the gravy out of the gravy feeling out of my throat. It's just refreshing. Oh. So, I have been around enough mathematical scenarios, and I have watched plenty of videos about the scale of the universe, and I know what scale is. And this thing is scaly, but it's also scaled up. It's like, just because you increase the size of something in a game doesn't make it scary. It's just bigger. It's like, oh, look at the game developers learning how to use their scale function. Those pillars in the back are way bigger than the pillars up front. But you know what? It's still the same enemy. If you think about the scale of the universe, right? You think about the scale of the Earth compared to the scale of the sun. And you compare the scale of the sun to like a massive, I don't know, red giant or white dwarf or whatever other stars there are. And then you think about how big, that is compared to our galaxy, and then that dragon all of a sudden looks a lot more small and pathetic. and here it is with two heads, and that's supposed to be scary. And, I don't think congenital malformations are scary. I think it's kind of sad that this is how we're addressing this problem. our character addresses things in very destructive ways. I mean, like if you were seeing some kind of mental health expert, this would be the last way they'd recommend addressing your problems. And I dodged his lightning punch right there, and there's another lightning punch, and does he have to be so obvious about it every time? Anyways, yeah, so, I'm pretty sure this is supposed to be one of the hardest enemies in the game, and, yeah, if anything, its necks are pretty flaccid and not hard at all. Oh, man. Anyways, there's lightning, and boom, Real lightning's scarier because it causes wildfires that consume California. And his lightning doesn't cause any fires, and Smokey the Bear doesn't have to, go put a citation on his car, and we're all good. I fought a dragon in the other video. You better go watch that too if you haven't. I'd strongly recommend it. It will be the best hour of your life outside of if you gotta hang out with Jessica Alba for an hour in a king bed. And now they're copying from Star Wars. Oh look, yellow lightsabers. Oh look, lightning. It's like this game is trying to surprise me with what lightning is. It's like, I get it, I've seen lightning since I was like 5 years old. And here's my spell. And really, I'm using one of the most powerful spells in this game, and essentially what that spell is me cloning myself. I literally have a clone of myself shooting spells at this thing. Well, I shoot spells at it, and to be honest, I guess I don't get why you guys aren't beating this game. Like, if you guys have to actually come watch me do this because you can't do it, I don't know what to tell you. Like, that was not legend felled. What kind of legend is that? A 4-minute legend? Nice. And, all right. Time to get serious here. We are officially at the last boss battle of the game. You can tell because, of the white light that's here. This is the first time I've played this game, but you can just, obviously tell it's the last boss based off subtle clues in the narrative. Yep. Fiscally speaking, though, this game is just, wasn't necessarily a good investment for me yet. Scoff! Have to get up and, have another one of those awkward breakfasts with Art and eat a Pop-Tart before, He always wants to talk with me in the morning, and we eat Pop-Tarts together, and then I kind of try to go back to sleep after he leaves the house, because really, I'm a night owl. And it's hammer time. So, I don't know. You guys tell me, what game do you want to see me play next? Maybe I'm picking all the popular games. Oh look, my hair changes color. It's red instead of blonde. Impressive. I've seen teenage girls change their hair color, and that's not intimidating to me. This guy is holding up this big old stick, Look at my big stick. It's so big and hard, and it's got a big head to it. Oh, man. Talk about fragile masculinity, right? And he's got shiny stuff underneath. Look at me, I sparkle. Anyways, so, are we having fun yet? All right, so far we're donating $29,000. I lied to you guys earlier because I actually did do my math right, and yeah, each rune is a penny, and if you subscribe and press the like button, we're donating $29,000 to Arthritis to make my grandma less grouchy. Yeah, to be honest, I'll just give my grandma the money in chunks. Say, hey, I'll give you $1,000 to shut your mouth. I don't know how that'll help the arthritis, though. I guess I haven't thought that far through. All right, so he just about killed me in one hit with his mighty Thor hammer. But yeah, seems like he's not really quite a match for me. So, oh, there's my creaky, squeaky chair. Due to the oppressive force of well, what is it? Probably about 400 to 500 pounds of force per second. And trick or treat. Oh, look it. I was talking about the scale of the universe earlier, and now this guy looks space-like. Real original. Real original to make yourself look exactly like the entire universe that I live and breathe and see every day. That's such a fucking stupid thing to say. I was reading a comment. I wasn't breaking, character or anything or whatever the fuck. All right. So this looks like it could be a bumpy fight, so I'll try to focus on slaying the beast. Yeah, he's kind of a little cute if you look at him the right way. Kind of looks like something you'd see in a microscope if you got like a wet slide of like my testicular region. And yeah, I think if I, wear my SPF 60, I should be fine with this guy. Let's be real here. Here he is, oh no, it's a nebula, oh no, space nebula, and boom, I got a sword. Swords have been around since the 1200s at least, probably since the BC times. If I'm getting real with you, I know how to handle myself around a sword these days. Why don't you get something new that I haven't seen ever since I was 5? Alright, and here I am shooting my moonbeams at it, and it's not creative enough to shoot moonbeams back. I feel like the biggest match in this game for me would be myself if I ever, accidentally burn my own hand with one of those spells. Oh, and I tripped over his... Oh! Alright. Time to get serious. That kind of pissed me off a little bit. He's just kind of slapped me down. Kind of slapped me down like an old piece of ham. And here he is lighting off fireworks. It's like the 4th of July here. Must be a patriot, man. Alright, and oh, and look, he's making a nova. Supernova, boom! Yeah, buddy, I'm familiar with supernovas and swords, so you're gonna have to think of something better than that to knock me out. And there's my clone. I literally made a spell of myself firing spells. It's like Inception. It's like a dream within a dream. It's kind of like, when you make a brownie and there's a cookie inside. It's like a cookie within a brownie. Oh, that was supposed to be the kill shot right there, and he's still got some health left, but I'm sure we'll be able to... Oh god, he does not want to go down easily. He's kind of a... Oh my gosh. It's kind of like this rash I have on my chest that just won't go away. He's kind of like that, No matter what you do to him, he just likes to stay, and he's getting pretty antsy. Like, I literally just need to flick him right now. He's so close to being down, and he's over here exploding. Like it's a rock concert. And here we are about to reach the $30,000 mark for Donate or Die this week. Arthritis, $30,000 to Arthritis if you like and subscribe and watch Randall. And I've got 29,000 runes, and those runes are turning into $29,000 and God slain. Wow. I had no idea I was playing a blasphemy game. That's a little bit icky if you think about it. God slain. I mean, what is this, a trick ending? Am I the bad guy the whole time? All right. So what does my hero's reward entail now? I was hoping I'd get some punani out of this, am I right? Just kidding. Oh, this is different than the woman at first. She's, instead of a hood, she's got a big pointy hat.
The battle is over, I see.
Be interested in taking that hat off and seeing kind of what she looks like. I always get so shy in situations like this. It's kind of it's, as you guys can tell, I'm not that shy because I'm pretty charismatic around you, but oh my gosh, she has 6 hands. I don't know if you remember this from last video, but my character's skin color is blue as well, so we're just kind of like a perfect match. I don't know what she's doing here, to be honest. It's kind of that's about the only thing you could do right now to make me kind of disappointed in where this is going.
To every living being and every living soul.
Kind of likes to yabber.
Now cometh the age of the stars.
A little too talkative. I'm not nearly as talkative as like she's being right now. I actually say stuff that matters, and she's just kind of blah 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 blah. I don't really do that. So.
Into fear, doubt, and loneliness.
I don't want an eternity of fear, doubt, and loneliness.
Stretcheth into darkness.
What? I wanted to go on a date.
Let us go together.
Okay, now here it is. I don't even know which hand I'd hold. It's kind of a little eerie, but
My dear,
to be honest, if that was just me right there, I would probably hold her upper or lower hand. You know what I mean? Not too bad on the eyes. And that being said, there is Elden Ring. It won Game of the Year in 2022. This was the Game of the Year. It was created by Taki Mizaki and George R.R. Martin. George R.R. Martin was the writer of the Game of Thrones series, so that's the big one. That's the big game. Oh, and we have collected 3,426,100 runes, which means we are donating $34,261 to arthritis. Except here's the thing, right? You guys didn't even give me close to that amount of donations. And I feel like by watching my content, there's a tacit agreement that if you watch it, it's not free because I put a lot of work into it. So I will donate $34,261 to arthritis if you pay up first. How do you like it now? How do you like it? This is how I feel, right? I didn't mean to make it, unpleasant or anything, but so this is how I feel every time I get on and make a video. It's like I put my heart and soul into it, and I give everything I've got, and there's no return. And despite the fact that that we didn't meet our donation goal for arthritis, that's just how it feels in my shoes. So thanks for watching. If you didn't get the numerous amount of hints during the video, please hit the like and subscribe button. And I don't mean to be too intense. I'm actually a pretty chill guy. I'm nice. in all of my videos, including this one, there was just a couple of times where I had to prove an uncomfortable point because I feel like, I don't know. To be honest, Grandma's already, had a vacation from me, and now I'm living with my mom and Art, and yeah, I would like to live in a lakeside house and own a Bugatti. So be sure to like, subscribe, smush that like button, go to Randall's Patreon and donate on whichever one of your credit cards has the biggest credit limit on it. And I love you guys. Randall Games out.